Hey everyone, I am back to share my fountain pen and ink collection and just what I've been kind of getting into for the last few weeks. Mentioned this in some of my videos, so some folks said that they would like to see it, so I'm here to show it to you. And definitely, I'm no expert, but I don't claim to be an expert at anything really. So here are my fountain pens, what I've got inked, and the ink that I have, and I'll show you the swatches as well. So at any time, please go ahead and click out of this video if you get bored. So I know some people wanted to see this. So I'm going to show you the pens that are not inked yet, because either I'm waiting for ink to come in that I bought for these pens, or haven't decided yet what to put in it. Okay, so there are two TWSBIs, and TWSBI is the name of the company. It's a Taiwanese company. This is a TWSBI Echo, I believe. It is what you would call kind of like a demonstrator pen, because you can see through it. You can see the ink that's inside of it. And it is a type of fountain pen where you would twist the end of it and you'll see the plunger go down. Okay, so you basically would take, and there's a vacuum inside of it. So if I take the lid off, which is a twist top lid, you can see the pen nib, and this is a, what did I order? This is a medium. So as I twist it down, you can see that plunger goes down. So you basically take the nib and submerge it in your ink bottle, either a sample or a bottle of ink. So you put the nib down in there, and then as you are submersing it, you twist the end of the pen the other direction, and you can see that the plunger go back up, and it will draw the ink up in there. So part of the reason why I like these types of pens is they're light, because this is made from plastic. They're not as expensive as some of the fountain pens you can get into. I mean, we're talking about into the thousands for a pen, so wasn't going to go that direction. But this is yellow and you can see through it. It's transparent. I ordered some, I think it's Diamine. What is it called? Sunshine Yellow. So you will be able to see the ink in here, and it's a orange yellow color that I ordered to go in this pen. I'm not typically a yellow person either, a lover of yellows, but I just kind of wanted to step out, and I think writing with this ink, if it performs like I think it will, you'll see both a yellow and an orange color coming from it, and you'll see what I mean when I show you some of the inks that I have. That's just kind of give you, those of you who don't know much about fountain pens, what kind of results you can get, and you'll understand, I think, why I got into this as heavily as I have. Here's another TWSBI that I ordered. Again, it's a similar style to that other pen. This one is white with rose gold. Again, you have that little plunger that comes down, and this whole reservoir will fill with ink, and so you don't have to refill it as much, depending on how much you write, I guess. This is an Echo RG, or RG stands for rose gold. So again, you just twist the top and it will come off, and even the nib is that rose gold color. What did I order? I think this is a fine. It looks like a fine. I ordered different nibs to try them out. And with this particular pen, I've learned that my handwriting looks just fine in a fine point pen. I typically will order these in a medium, or most of my pens are medium. It's just my handwriting and my preference. And they come in these really nice boxes. These are plastic boxes. It has some tools in here to maintain your pen. There's also a sleeve that goes on each one. So these two pens are not inked because I'm either waiting on the ink or I haven't decided yet. So let me show you this. This particular case I bought off of Amazon years ago to hold colored pencils, but I didn't like it for my colored pencils because you would have to put 3 to a band to fit all of your colored pencils, all of my colored pencils that I wanted in here. and it was too tight to pull in and out. So I took all my pencils out and put them in a different case. These pens are not inked as well. Okay, so these are fountain pens that I have had. Well, actually, these are my husband's fountain pens, and some of them were gifted, and some of them were purchased himself, and they are all fine point. Again, as I told you, I'm more of a medium point type of person, so these are not inked. I also have to clean them out because he left them with ink in them, and they've dried out. But he's had these for many years, probably more than 20 years. I have one as well, but it's not in here. It's a Waterman, and it's a really nice gold and red and black pen. You can see one's metal here, and I think this one's metal. These are all metal, I believe. This might be plastic. But anyway, I kind of fluctuate between the cheaper pens and the nicer pens. Just, it's a weight thing, and it's a handwriting thing. How well does it help me write? Okay. These are all uninked as well. This is a German pen. It's by a company called Kaweco. And this is you can see how short it is, but when you unscrew it and you post the top, the pen is a lot longer than it is without the lid. So it's more comfortable for most people who have larger hands to post it. For me, I used it posted with the cap on the back. And this is, again, a medium. This is not inked because I'm waiting for some pink inks to arrive. And I also had to purchase the little clip to go along with it because it doesn't come with a clip normally. And they have different styles and colors as well. And this pen comes in many different colors. You're going to see 2 other pens in my collection that are inked that are a different color. And this one is plastic. Okay, so I'm going to pull these 2 next because these 2 are similar in design. You probably they don't look similar in design, but these are what you call a capless fountain pen. Okay, this is a Japanese pen made by Pilot. There is no cap. You push the end and the nib comes out. I bought this used from somebody who was selling it because it was a good deal. This is a fine point nib. It is, I think it's 14 karat gold, the nib. And you refill it by opening this part here, and you can see I put a empty cartridge there that I can fill with my own ink. Okay. This pen is very similar. Again, you do not have a cap for this pen. This is a German style pen. It's called a Lamy Dialogue 3. Lamy is the name of the company. I ordered it in white. It comes in black and some other colors. But again, you can see that little cap at this little chrome disc here. It's the cap for the nib. So when you twist the pen, it opens and the nib comes out. And so you don't have a cap that you pull off and post to the back. Similar to this one, where you just push this one and the nib comes out. But you can see the difference in the style of the pen. You'd think that this clip right here, which is for clipping to your shirt or whatever, would bother you writing. It doesn't bother me at all. With the way that I hold a pen, if you have a weird grip when you're writing, that might pose a problem for you. But for me, it has actually no impact to my handwriting at all. And even this one is interesting in that when you twist the end to have the nib come out, if you look at the clip, I'm going to do it up close for you, the clip itself retracts into the pen just a hair. See that? It moved a little bit. As the nib came out, that little clip moved towards the body of the pen. And they're trying to help, with comfort in holding your pen. And again, this one's not inked because I haven't decided what ink I want to put in this yet. I'm excited to try this out. It does have a 14K nib on here. It is a medium. So that little center part there is gold that you see. And I think it's rhodium plated. Whenever you see if it's gold and it's silver on the outside, it's rhodium plated. Over top of the gold. So This was not a cheap pen. This is expensive if you buy it retail. I have a few pens that are more expensive than others, and you can tell by the way they look when they're more expensive. So this one I bought from a Facebook group, I should say. This I have many of. I just pulled the cap off because it's not a twist, it's a click. Okay, this is also a Lamy. It's made by the same company as this one. It's just a different color. It's plastic barrel instead of metal, and it's not got a cartridge in it yet. It's also a medium nib. And then this one was a special purchase because I have a niece that is a marine biologist, or studying to be one. She's actually getting her doctorate. So she's actually in Tasmania for another 2 years, I believe. With COVID, kind of got messed up, but she is in Tasmania studying the data that she has collected on the great white sharks that she studies. Her data collection is actually done in South Africa, off the coast of South Africa. So I bought these for her. Well, I bought a couple for her. They're different colors. This one happens to be red. It doesn't have ink in it yet because I was looking for the perfect red to go in it. I found it. It's on order, but I haven't received it yet. So that one's not inked up. Okay, so on to the pens that are inked. And I'm sorry if this is taking too long, but this is, you're not likely to see these again unless you see me using the pen. Okay. Here are some of my other pens. These are the ones that are inked, and you can see these. There's 4 Lamys here. They're plastic ones. This is the color strawberry, and this is just white and red. And these are all plastic, okay? I know what's in each one because I have a writing sample for each, and I wrote it down in my ink journal, which I'll share with you as well. So not in a particular order, but I believe one of these has a broad nib, and it has a broad nib. This is the one. This has a broad nib. You can see it's black, but it also has got a B on it. This has a broad nib because the ink inside of it has glitter, and the glitter tends to clog the nib of the pen. So I put it in a thicker nib to help with that, but I also wanted to test out with the handwriting, because when you have glitter in a pen, you want to be able to see that come out into your writing. And so I thought having a broader nib would help that. So that's what's in that pen. I'll show you samples of each one. Okay, what's in here? Oh, this one I think is just a black cartridge. They're a black cartridge that comes with the pen. Yeah, you can see how long it is. This is one of their cartridges that they send with the pen. So you don't actually have to buy the ink. Typically, they'll send you 1 or 2 with it. One of these is gingerbread, and the other one is red, I think. Or something else. Oh, okay. Yeah, red. All right. I will show you the samples. This is, again, another Kaweco. You can see I've got 2 more here. They're both inked up. This one, this top iridescent one, has like a pearlized finish. It actually has one of my Japanese inks in it, and I believe it's this one. The Sailor, which also makes pens. I'll show you my 2 Sailors that I've got here. It's called Neko Yanagi. And this, if you look at this purple here, it's a very a light purple, but it has darker shading in it. So it's a color changing ink, supposedly. If you've got it in a pen that will show that. This Kaweco is called Cyan. Oh, this one has Diamine, I believe, Aurora Borealis. So you will see this. It's a teal color of ink. And then these are the 2 Sailor pens that I have. I told you that, and these are more expensive pens, but they're made from resin. They're not metal. They're not like a heavy metal or anything like that. They're lighter because they're made from resin. However, you can see this one has a gold tone to it. This one here has a gold nib, 14 karat gold nib, and it's an medium fine. So this nib is the size between a fine size and a medium size. The Japanese have an extra one. They also have an extra fine because their handwriting is a lot skinnier. It requires that, right, for their characters. So this is a medium fine nib, but it's 14 karat gold. And what I have in this one is this ink right here, and it is, again, Sailor, so it's the same company that makes the pen, Manyo ink, and it's called Haha, and you can see the kind of blue shading that it has. Well, there's an extra color changing property to this as well. I believe it's it shades to purple, and I'll show that to you when I show you my swatches. Now this one is an interesting one. I bought this one because I like the pen color, but the nib inside of it is called a music nib. Okay, meaning it's very broad. You can see how big that nib is on the end. It's so much different than the medium fine. I'll hold them together so you can see them. So if you look at the tip of the nib, you can see how wide the one on the right is, the silver one is. I wanted to buy another nib size because I wanted to try it out. And it's just, you know, my own curiosity, but I also like the color of the pen. The color of the ink in here. I think what's in here is another color changing one, and I will show you that as well. Because I have several pens that are inked up with the same ink because I wanted to try them out. This last one here is another TWSBI, and if you're looking closely, you can see this gold sheen in it. I purposely put this pink ink in here so that I could see the shimmer moving back and forth. This will show up in your handwriting. If you turn your pen a couple of times before you start writing to get that gold shimmer from the top here into your ink, and when it starts to flow as you write, it'll be pink with a gold shimmer in it. I just had to do it because it was cool. Okay. Those are the pens in this pocket, or this container, and they snap here. Can you see that? The zipper snap right here, so that nothing will fall out for sure. I'm going to put this over to the side because I have some more pens to share with you. This is my pen case that I will put for my work bag. I have a laptop bag that I use for work that was purchased by my husband for me, and so I bought a little pen case. This is from Japan. It's from a company called the Superior Labor, and it is made from like a leather. It's a nice leather, and they have many different styles and colors. This is the one I chose because I only wanted to hold like 5 or 6 pens. So I have 3 TWSBIs here and a knockoff pen from China. And I'll show it to you as well. So these 3 TWSBIs are interesting because, again, you can see the ink inside of them, and I tried to color match them. Because otherwise I'll forget. I mean, I don't know about you, but I will forget. And I can see the colors. So this TWSBI is a Diamond 580 ALR, and it has an ink in it that is blue, if you can see that. It is called, it's from Diamine, and it is called Arctic Blue, and it has a shimmer. Is this Arctic? Yeah, it has a shimmer in it, and I will show you the swatch for it. You'll be amazed. I chose the pen to go with the ink color. So I actually had the ink. I ordered a sample, one of these bottles, and I liked it so much, I was like, I have to have that in the pen, and so here it is. So that's filled with that. This one is another TWSBI, and it is a Diamond 580, and again, you can see the ink in it. It's pretty dark, but I think you can tell that it's purple. And this one has Diamine Winter Miracle in it. This one also has a shimmer and sheen, and I will show you the swatch for this. It's really cool. This last one is another Diamond 580 ALR from TWSBI. This one, the ink probably looks brown to you, but it's not brown. It's actually purple. between purple and it's like a deep purple, not like a grape, more on the I don't even know how to describe it. You'll see it. But this is who makes this? Oh, it's a Korean company. It's called Waringal. You can see the Korean characters here. The name of this one is Taxidermy Genius. I fell in love with the name because it was cool and the color is pretty. So I actually have a bottle of this one. And then the last one is a Chinese knockoff. Okay. I was hesitant to buy this pen, but I read more about it. This looks very similar to that Pilot I showed you, right? That Japanese pen I showed you. The Pilot pen that I had retails for like $150. It can go up too if you get a limited edition design. Okay. And Pilot's been making this pen for 20, 30 years, probably. A long time. It's again one of those where you push the end and the nib comes out. I wasn't sure if I wanted to pay $150 for the pen. I didn't pay that for the red one that I showed you because somebody had it used. This one is a Chinese knockoff. But I only purchased this because I knew that Pilot did not register the patent for this pen anymore. They no longer own the patent for it. So they made it basically public, available to the public to, go in and, knock it off, basically. And I say knock off because every single part of this pen is interchangeable with the other one. So even the nib, I was going to put the Pilot nib in here. The nib itself, the cartridge, everything is interchangeable. And it feels the same, honestly. I actually have not written too much with the red one because it's not inked up. This one I have inked up. So when I took this out, you could see the ink cartridge in the other pen. Here's the ink cartridge that I have in here. This ink cartridge will go in that red pen if I choose to put it in there. It has a cap, just like the other one does. And yeah, so I bought this knockoff. It was $40 on Amazon, and they have different colors as well. And they even have one that doesn't have this clip. So if you think the clip will bother you, order one without the clip. The clip doesn't bother me at all. And I really like this pen. It only comes in an extra fine nib if you order it through Amazon, but I don't know if you can get it through that other Chinese website with another nib in it. But honestly, like I said, I usually use a medium pen. This one is an extra fine, and I like it. It is inked with one of my favorite colors that I don't actually have a bottle of. I'm thinking about ordering it. It's called Private Reserve Infinity Turquoise. That's what's in this pen, and you'll see a sample of it. I have it inside of this. This is actually what the shark came in. I have it inside of this so that when I put it in my carrier here, since there's 3 on this side, 3 pens on this side, I don't want them to scratch one another, so I keep them kind of separated like this. And then this pen can go in between the two, and hopefully I don't scratch the metal here. But since this pen was $40, I'm not too worried about it, I guess. Another pen in here I might be more worried about. But that's what's in this, and I carry this to work so I can write in my notebook. The inks that I have, I'm going to show you the swatches just a second. I want to show you the bottles of ink that I have. These are samples. It's far cheaper to buy samples to see if you like the color or the performance of the ink in your pen first before you go and buy bottles. I kind of went a little crazy because, yeah, Anna, this is the gingerbread one that Anna turned me on to. And it was part of a advent calendar one year. They still do the calendars, but this is a full bottle of Diamine gingerbread brown. Not just brown, but gingerbread brown. So I have a number of different samples here, and I'll show you all the swatches. It's not important. You can see this one has shimmer in it because you can see it very clearly. I showed you these 2 bottles of Japanese ink. Anna recommended this one, Anna White. Hi, Anna. I'm doing the video for you and some others. This is a platinum carbon ink. It's actually waterproof, so you can use this with water colors. It's a 60 ml bottle. I think I ordered this off Amazon. It is from Japan. And then I have these two, which are a Korean brand. Actually, this one is too, I think. I believe Colorverse is a Korean brand. So this one is that Taxidermy Genius, which is a purple. You can see this color. This one is a blue. It's Alice in Wonderland. And this is Alice, the Alice color, because this is supposed to match the color of her dress. There's a surprise with this one. And then this one is that pink one that you saw in my pen. It has a glittery shimmer to it. And I'll show you samples of all those. So those are the inks. If you're wondering how I refill my pens, this is what I do. I bought, if they're not in a bottle, you would be using a sample plastic bottle, okay? And I bought these really cheaply. They are Inkwells, old-fashioned Inkwells. So typically you will get a sample like this in a bottle. It's very lightweight, it's plastic. And because I don't want to knock it over, I bought the Inkwells to stick my sample in. So you would basically uncap this, right? So the cap's off. You don't want it to fall down. I put it in here so I can't knock it over accidentally. And you can order a syringe. This is a blunt tip syringe. See, I'm putting my finger against it. I don't like needles. This is not going to poke me unless I got a lot of force. But this is like a 14 gauge needle. It's a 1.5 inch needle. You can order these off Amazon, and it'll hold 5 mils. But you don't need that much to fill a cartridge. You may need maybe 1.5. So you would stick the needle all the way down into your bottle here, and then draw the ink up, and you can fill a cartridge. So you can do it that way, or if your pen has a converter, as they call it, you can put the whole pen nib down in here and draw the ink up that way. That's how you fill with the bottles or with the samples. And the reason it's 1.5 inches is so it can fit all the way down to the bottom of the sample bottle when it starts to get low. So that's one of the reasons why you want a kind of a longer syringe. All right, that's how you would fill without me showing you how to fill. All right, now a little bit about my notebook. This is the paper that I typically use for work. And even though I work in computers, I like to handwrite things because handwriting helps me remember things that I need to remember. So I still take notes by hand. Sometimes I do it by computer, but if there's something I want to remember, or if I need to jot down something really quick, sometimes I just write it in my notebook. And this is not the notebook I use for work. This is my fountain pen journal that I've created. So this is the paper. It is a Japanese notebook paper. They have different versions of it. This one happens to have a 5mm grid. It's a B5 size, and there was 50 sheets in here. You can buy this on Amazon. You can buy it on eBay. You can buy it through different websites like JetPens. But this is an empty thing of it. It's called Campus, and it's by the company called Kikuyo. It's down here. Every sheet of paper in here is actually labeled that way, and I have different varieties of the same paper, or of that paper. And the reason I use it is it has really, really great, it's lightweight and it doesn't bleed through with the ink. And I used it with my regular ballpoint pens before, and I loved it then. I still love it now. So this is just a B5 binder I bought off of Amazon for that paper. And you notice this paper has 26 holes, so there's a lot of binders, a lot of rings. And this is my currently inked pens. There's a pen that I didn't bring over here. Oh, I didn't show you one. Sorry. Let me go back for a second. Anna, this is the dip pen that I have. So I ordered this one off Amazon. It's a little bit more expensive than the regular glass dip pen because it's got a lid. And this outside is made from wood. So this is glass. It's pink. And you can see the tip and everything. Because I thought that I would probably break the tip of a glass pen, I needed one with a lid. And that's just to quickly do samples of the ink. And so I've used that to do every single ink sample. All right. So I've showed you the ones that are already inked. I have some inventory here of pens, some ideas, how much I've paid for my orders, some other inks that I'm interested in, my plans to purchase more, and let's get to the swatches. Okay. I am waiting for an order from Birmingham Pen Company, and thanks, Anna, for indulging me in that one. Although, I found it because I was looking for a pink color for my pink Kaweco pen, which is not inked up right now. So I ordered one called Tea Berry. Apparently there's an ice cream called Tea Berry that tastes, it's minty. And it's pink. So I think it's from Pennsylvania, which is where this company is located. So that's a thing in that area. Tea Berry ice cream, it's a pink color, and it matches that Kaweco pen, I hope. I also ordered a color called Carnation from Birmingham. And there's another color I ordered, but it's later. This is the Colorverse pink. So can you see that in the light? There's a gold sheen to that Colorverse. So all of my swatches are created using a paintbrush, a 1/2 inch paintbrush. And then I wrote with a pen, the TWSBI pen. So I don't know how well you can see it. I'm trying to hold it to the light, but if you shake the pen, or kind of tip the pen back and forth, you'll activate that glitter inside the pen, and you'll see it in the writing. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's pink with a gold shimmer. All right, here's a red. So the strawberry colored Lamy is a medium nib, and it has this ink in it. It's called Ho Ho Ho. So I was looking for a nice red. Okay, so that's it. It doesn't have any shimmer, and it doesn't have any sheen to it. This one's called Poinsettia. It's from Diamine. And you can see there's a sheen of green in the swatch. Like right around here. There's a green color change right in here. But you don't see it too much in the pen. And that's using a medium nib. So I did fill one of the sharks up with it, and I also filled... I didn't fill the Vanishing Point, the red one. I dipped it in just to see how it would write. Because I was thinking of putting that red one in there. They almost match. I'll forget if it's a whole different color. Okay, so this one is Noel, another test of the reds. But this one looked more, I don't know. This one looked less red and more like maroon. I was looking for a bloody red, honestly. But this wasn't it. So this one is a deep red, but it has, again, a greenish sheen to it. I don't know if you can see it in the light, if I tilt it. It's not a glitter, it's a shimmer, it's a sheen, like an oil slick has. And so you can see how deep and dark it is. Some you can see better than others. Okay, here's that other Birmingham. I ordered the color Sweetheart, and it's a coral color. So it hasn't come in yet because they're kind of slow. Diamine Sunshine Yellow. That one is on the slow boat from the UK, along with some other inks. That's again for the yellow pen that I showed you. This one is the Aurora Borealis, and you can see it's a teal color, and it has a purple, looks like a purple sheen to it. Can you see that in the ink swatch here? Those little dark circles that are in there. You can't see that in the writing though with the pen, and I have it in my Kaweco Cyan. You can see it when the color pools, but again, unless you're painting with a brush, you're probably not going to see it in your handwriting. Okay, this is one where I bought a whole bunch of blues, and I was like, what's the right blue? Okay, this one is called Tropical Glow, and if you hold it to the light, you can see that shimmer in it. It is a nice blue color. It's beautiful, and it has glitter in it. Did I want that? Not necessarily, but I have it, so I might order. I don't know if I'll order a whole bottle of it because there's other colors that I like better. This one is Sub-Zero, again another blue that has shimmer, so there are some glittery aspects to that. I hope you can see that. Sub-Zero. This one's that Private Reserve Infinity Turquoise that's inside of my white pen, my extra fine white pen. And it has no shimmer and it has no sheen to it, but I love the color, especially with that extra fine nib. So I do love it. It reminds me so much of the beach in some parts of the world. Not where I'm from, but maybe where I was born. Okay, this one just got me. I had to have this in a pen. So this is what's in that Prussian blue pen. It is Arctic Blue from Diamine, and it has a shimmer and a sheen. And so you can see in the swatch, if I turn it to the light, there's glittery accents in the blue, and then there's this purple sheen that comes through. And this is from Diamine, and you can actually see it in the writing too. If you have the right pen and you agitate the pen, you will see that all these colors come out in the actual writing. And Diamine seems to behave very well with different types of pens. The reason I have them in a TWSBI is, number one, you can see the ink because you can see through it. And they have a cap system that keeps the nib in a vacuum so your ink doesn't dry out. So if I keep that pen inked up for I don't know how many months, the nib shouldn't dry out because of that vacuum. And that's another reason why I like those pens. They're also less expensive than some of the other ones out there. This is just a blue color, Monteverdi Capri blue. This wasn't anything special. It's beautiful, but if I wanted a plain blue pen, I would just use a ballpoint. Oh, and I didn't mention this before. This is the first ink that actually went through the page, and it's probably because I was applying it with a brush and I applied it pretty heavily. If you look at all my other swatches, none of those inks went through to the back of the paper. And this is notebook paper that I take notes with at work. So I can write on both sides of the page and not have to worry about it ghosting through. That's why I like this paper. It's a little more expensive than your regular notebook paper, but I like the size and everything. This is that Sailor Mano Haha. That's what it's called. And you can see the color changing property to it. It wicks out from a blue to like a green-ish color and purple. There's a lot of different colors in there. Do you see it in the writing? No. That's the unfortunate part. I have a medium fine point that this ink is in, but you don't really see it. I think if I had a broader nib, that might be the case, but I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. So it's inside of that pen for now, and I'm fine with that. This is the Waringal Alice in Wonderland, and you can see that it's that blue color, but there's the gold sheen that it has. So this is in a medium, it's in a broad nib pen. And again, I forgot to shake the pen when I wrote this down, but you can see this when that pen writes if I shake it a couple of minutes before I write. But look at that. Pretty, pretty. Can you see now why I got into this? This is all Anna's fault. No, it's not. Sailor Mano Neko Yanagi. It's a blue that wicks out to like a green color. You can't really see that. It's a very light purple. It's got a blue tone to it though. It's pretty, especially with the glass dip pen, but with my Kaweco Sport in the medium, you really don't see the color changing aspect of it. I think if I change the pen, I've not found the right pen for this yet. We'll see what happens. This is a purple Pizazz from Diamine. Nothing special. It's purple. So I don't have I just have a sample of that. Samples are like anywhere from $1.90 to $4 for a vial. So, and they differ in the level of how full they fill them from company to company. This is the one that I really was in awe of. Look at that. You can see all of these colors in the writing. So it's a purple color, but it's got a blue shimmer, and the sheen is yellow or greenish yellow. I don't know. You can see it very well. So this is Diamine. It's a Winter Miracle. I wrote that wrong. But I have it in several pens, or I have it in 2 pens right now. The Sailor with the broad nib, or the music nib, I'm sorry, and the TWSBI Diamond 580 AR Iris. So I bought a pen to match the color. And I don't know if you can pick it up with the lighting, but this writing here has the purple with the yellowish tinge to it. This writing, after I shook it, or I refilled the pen after shaking the bottle up, this has all of the colors. And I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but this little interplay of colors here shows up in the writing. So I was really amazed at how, again, like I said, Diamine ink tends to behave in that way. And it's really cool when you're taking notes at work. Now this one is the Wearingeul. This is the Taxidermy Genius. This has a sheen of green. You see it's like a purple color, but it has green in it. And again, you will see some of that when you're writing. This one's the Diamond 580 ALR medium point that you're seeing there. Okay, we're getting towards the end. There's the gingerbread. See, it's not just a regular brown. It is gingerbread in color. That'll be great for my, what do you call it? My gingerbread. Oh, these aren't the same color. Addressing envelopes for Christmas cards or what have you, or writing letters for Christmas. So these are the seals that I did. I wanted to see if that matched. It's a little different in color, but still fun. And then, oh, this is the black carbon, the platinum black carbon. This is archival, and it is super black. I have it in a Lamy All-Star. That's aluminum, and it's a medium point pen, medium nib. I didn't bring it over here because I forgot. And it's sitting in a container over there. It's aluminum pen that's all silver and black. But I like it because it's lightweight. So that's the platinum carbon black, and it's super black. I wanted a really black color, so I like that. So those are the swatches. Now the rest of this journal, I have put dividers in here. This is extra paper. You'll notice that it's all grid, but some of my papers are not grid. Like I said, I have lines as well. So this one is a Kikuyo loose leaf 7mm ruled instead of the grid. So I have my writing samples in here with some extra paper. Oh, look. My husband was practicing with the pen too. His handwriting is really skinny. So I have some different writing samples in here with the pens, trying them out. And then at the back is a little folder of receipts. So that's my journal. I put it in here because I knew that my ink samples were just going to grow. So if I add to my ink samples, I can just put a page, you know, open the binder and put a page in and reorder them as much as I want. If I put it in a bound journal, I can't do that. And that would just annoy me more than anything else because it has to be in color order. If you noticed when I went through this, it was in color order. So that's the journal. I hope you enjoyed this little, I don't know, video. Sorry it was so long. If you stuck with me to the end, thank you for watching. If you're wondering how I did this, I have a vintage, what are those called? Label makers? It's a Dymo label maker that's vintage, and you actually have to squeeze the trigger, turn the letters. That's one of those. And it's made from metal, not plastic. So I use that to do this since I thought, you know, fountain pens are pretty vintage. Why not have some fun with it? That's what I did. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little overview of my pens and fountain pen inks. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.